A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Well, actually 40 years ago as of 2023, but on May 25th, 1977, a movie with many more movies to come was released, a series known as Star Wars. George Lucas is the guy who started it all. His first movie, called Star Wars, later changed to be called A New Hope, shocked people everywhere. Even though the internet wasn't around yet, everyone still knew about Star Wars. Theaters were packed with everyone wanting to see it. Star Wars then made a huge impact on movies. It changed the structure and narratives of the big Hollywood films, making them have more deep and meaningful stories with dramatic conflict. It also made Hollywood films start using lots of cool special effects to keep people's attention. When George Lucas was making Star Wars, he wanted to make a movie like Flash Gordon, which was an even older sci-fi space movie. He already directed a movie called American Graffiti in 1973, which was somewhat popular during the time, so when he pitched the idea of Star Wars, 20th Century Fox decided to invest in. Fox expected the movie to not make much, so Lucas was given a low budget. The production for most of Star Wars was filmed in England. The droids were built in a small company there called Piatric Engineering. To create them, they used lots of recycled and scavenged items from junk shops. When Star Wars was released onto the world and got as popular as it did, George Lucas wanted to make a trilogy to continue his story. This became the original Star Wars trilogy. This focused on Luke Skywalker's quest to become a Jedi, his struggle with the evil Imperial agent Darth Vader, and the struggle of the Rebel Alliance to free the galaxy from the clutches of the Galactic Empire. Star Wars was now being funded by George Lucas himself, with his company called Lucasfilm. And there were advances in technology too. There's now the ability to use CGI. This and Star Wars' extreme popularity wanted Lucas to make even more movies. This is when Star Wars starts its next trilogy, the prequel trilogy. The prequel trilogy begins 32 years before the events in the first Star Wars movie take place. It follows the Jedi training of Anakin Skywalker, which, spoiler alert, is Luke's father, but I think everyone knows that. The prequel shows Anakin's fall from grace and the transformation into the Sith Lord, Darth Vader, as well as the corruption of the Galactic Republic and the rise of the Empire. Now together with the two trilogies, Lucas refers to them as the tragedy of Darth Vader. But Star Wars wasn't done yet with trilogies, because now we have the Star Wars sequel trilogy. There's a lot of trilogies. But Lucas said he only wanted Star Wars to be a 6-part series, and didn't want to continue making more Star Wars as he thought his work was finished. He left Star Wars in the hands of other filmmakers who made the sequel trilogy and started making Star Wars TV shows that would become really popular. Disney then buys Star Wars, and that's where the franchise is today. Well, that ends my short TED Talk. Now you know some stuff about Star Wars.